Hello friends. I will explain to you what Incoterms are in this video. Means international delivery terms. In a word, we can consider them as transport terms. You must know these terms if you are making international import or export. We are also making deals with our manufacturers' suppliers by these terms, in order to ask them to ship the products to the USA. We can't take the price actually without don't know these terms. Therefore, we are going to learn these terms. Because our suppliers will give us prices on the terms. Our purpose is get the products which has been produced by the manufacturer to Amazon storage. In order to realize our purpose, there are some people who are called freight forwarder. You can adjust those freight forwarders on your own, however, suppliers probably work with some of them already. I will explain to you how to find freight forwarders, but if you want, you can work with suppliers ones as well. So, you should know these terms. We will have a look briefly. Then, I will explain to you which one I advise you, and which one is better and easier for your job. Now, I'll mention about 4 terms. Actually, there are more than 12 terms. However, there are 4 terms related to Amazon, while shipping process from China or any country, we use these most used 4 of them. First one is EXW, second one is FOB, third one is DDU, and fourth one is DDP. I will gradually explain to you all of these. Briefly, these are the connection between suppliers and us. Here, we are explaining the responsibility of products during shipping. In a word, who will be responsible for taxes and who will care about the customs procedures. According to these terms, the customs procedures and so on are defined by whom. Briefly, I will explain by Q what are these terms, EXW-FOB-DDU-DDP. The first one is EX work. This means the product which has been produced by the manufacturer is at the factory now. There is not an agreement with a freight forwarder. If the buyer is responsible for the shipping from the manufacturer's factory to Amazon storage, this is an X work. If the manufacturer give you a price with X work, you will be responsible for all the delivering procedures like tariff or other taxes. If the manufacturer says this is my X work price for you, it means that the product will be produced and will be at my factory. In words, I won't deliver the product neither the port nor the Amazon storage. And I won't be responsible for the taxes or any other procedures, so the X work means you are doing all the procedures from the manufacturer's factory to Amazon storage. You can understand from the image on the screen. There is a seller on the left. And the product is at the seller. All the responsibilities belong to us after the seller section until the product reaches Amazon storage. You can see it in the image already. You are responsible for the product shipment, carrying them to port, customs duties, import-export taxes, and taking the products from customs and so on. You will take care of all of these if you make a deal with the manufacturer by X work. The manufacturer will be responsible for producing the products and holding them at the factory. Other responsibilities until Amazon storage are all belong to you. So, the responsibility will belong to the freight forwarder that you will adjust. Let's pass the another term that is FOB. It is useful to explain the difference of this from the previous one, via this image on the screen. In FOB, the products are produced by the manufacturer and delivered from the factory to the ship. Other procedures belong to you. As you see on the screen, the products are delivered the lading for a ship, not to Amazon storage. After the lading process, other responsibilities will belong to you according to FOB. Another term is DDU. Delivered duty unpaid. According to DDU, the products completely reach from the manufacturer's factory to the Amazon storage. However, there is a really important difference between DDU and DDP terms. At both of them, the products reach from the manufacturer's factory to the Amazon storage. The difference is one of them is paid, another one is unpaid. The difference is, at the DDU, the receiver is responsible for all the customs taxes, as so on. However, at the DDP, the manufacturer is responsible for all the procedures from the manufacturer's factory to the Amazon storage. I advise you to make a deal with the DDP for beginning. We are already saying to the manufacturer that we want to get our products with the DDP to Amazon storage while making contact. As you understand from the image on the screen, there are a lot of terms. X work, CPT, CIP, there are some differences between them. For example, one of them just carries the products to the port, one carries to a post port, one carries to Amazon storage without paying the customs duties, etc. But the DDP is the best one. It is door to door. When you make a deal by the DDP, the manufacturer responsible for the shipping of the products to the Amazon storage and takes care of all the procedures like customs duties, taxes, etc. If you make a deal like this, you don't have any problem. While asking for the price, it is useful to ask with the DDP. What will you do if you want to adjust your own freight forwarders? If you make a deal with the FBO, they carry to the port, or the products wait at the manufacturer's factory. If you make a deal with the X work, then you are direct the freight forwarders that you adjusted to the factory, and then they are shipping to the Amazon storage. Thereby, it is really important to ask the prices like this. If you are planning to hire your own freight forwarders, you should take price either the X work or the FOB, but likely the FOB. But if you make your deal with the DDP, you won't have any problem. From the beginning, it is useful to make deals with DDP. When you have some experience, if you find cheaper freight forwarder, you can use other terms. There is no problem with them as well. However, I advise you to make a deal with the DDP at your first order. In time, when you get some experience gradually, you won't have to work with suppliers' freight forwarders. You can make a deal with freight forwarders directly. Suppliers will able to get a commission from you if they adjust their own freight forwarders, and the price might be a little higher. If you adjust your own freight forwarders, you can make these processes a little bit cheaper. I'll show you how to find freight forwarders, their websites, and how to take a price from them. Thus, you'll able to decrease the prices by finding your freight forwarders. But in the beginning, it is beneficial to take prices by making a deal with the DDP. If you make a deal like this, you won't any problem in the beginning, and you don't labor the customs things. I have mentioned you about the Incoterms at this video. I explained 4 terms. EXW-FOB-DDU-DDP. I explained in which case you should choose which one. Because when you contact manufacturers, you will use these terms. These terms have been created because of the differences among responsibilities. You won't have any problem if you make deals on these terms. So it is beneficial to know these terms. See you in the next episode.